I'm going to go through the screen sharing part of Vivi. So we're in our room, we entered our code, we're here, and yes, it is self-explanatory. When I click share screen, it's going to prompt me to share my screen. But there are a few things to keep in mind. I want to make sure to share system audio if I have video to show. If I don't have video, then you don't have to worry about it. But if I'm going to show video, make sure you slide that box over. Otherwise, the audio will not come out of your panel. So I'm going to share my screen, and I actually have this PDF pulled up that I saved online. So now it's displayed on my panel for all the students to see, and we can start talking about these problems. So on this, talk about finding slope. I wanted to do something where I could show the annotation features of it, because if you notice that whenever you started sharing your screen, you now have this toolbar up here. You can move it around wherever you want it. I find it's pretty helpful up here in the middle, or I can just hide it completely and it goes away. Now if I hide it, then I've got to go click on my Vivi app in my tray so that it pulls back up. But let's say I wanted to annotate on top. Once I click annotate, it now does a screenshot of that page. So this is no longer like a live web page. I can't scroll, I can't do anything, but I've got my 4 problems. So let's say that I wanted to talk about slope and how to find it. I could go through here and then annotate on top. I don't have a stylus right now, but with a stylus this would be much more precise. I can go through and delete what I want to, but this allows you to go through and annotate on top of it. Also, whenever I'm going through here, I can save this to my device or to Google Drive. So that means that if I have worked examples that I want to post in Canvas or for other students to see that weren't there, I could go through there and save this for later use. Now, the one thing that you can't do is if I add a new page, it just adds the same thing. So I can't add a new page and have this already built in. So understand that, but it is pretty simple that once I go through here, let's say I go back, now I'm back to my main screen. So now I can scroll down to these other questions, hit annotate, and it goes through and does the work for me. So it's pretty easy to switch between them. I know this isn't a live web page and you'd have to scroll, but considering you can do this from anywhere in the room, then that makes this much more accessible. So that's a cool feature. Also, you'll notice that the timer is up here. When I go to timer, it defaults to 5 minutes, but I can change that to anything I want to. So let's say I want this to be a 10-minute lesson or activity. I do 10 minutes and hit play, and then that will be displayed on my panel. So it's displayed wherever you see it here, so either in the upper left or lower right, and that will show everything. It'll show the students how much time they have left on this activity. Now, if you just wanted the timer, you could go back to your Vivi dashboard and just show a timer. But if it was something where you were going to talk about a few things here and there, you could go through and cast whatever you wanted to, but also have that timer that shows on top of everything. Now, whenever I hit the pause, that means whatever I have on my screen is not going to show in Vivi. So that's my way of, if I need to check my email real quick because there was something out there, I could go through here and check that and then come up here at any point in time in the Vivi app and then resume. So now I'm live again. I'm good. Now also keep in mind that when I hit pause, it did not pause the timer. So the timer was still running even though students can't see it. So I could still have my stuff pulled up. Now, I would caution you, because if you think you hit pause and it doesn't go for whatever reason and you're going to confidential information, I would make sure that when you hit pause, it does pause the streaming so that you're not sending it to the panel thinking that students can't see exactly what you're seeing on the screen, like whether you're checking grades or things like that. But that's pretty much it. I mean, the give control part is also available in the other main dashboard, and we'll go through that in detail later. But that's pretty much it for screen sharing. It's pretty straightforward. But these things are really cool so that you can be anywhere in the classroom and have tools right there at your fingertips to then show the rest of the class. If you have any questions about the casting piece, or if you run into issues, just let us know.